Yo, TJ, we need this for real.
All right, you trying to do music?
Yes, we'll be discussing first. What
All right, Don FM. What'd you think? So the Weeknd dropped his album Don FM, but this was the anticipated album. Actually, it wasn't anticipated because he literally said I'm going to drop an album with no singles. What are we doing? He tweeted, "What are we doing?" This is how I envisioned the Weeknd to talk. What are we doing, guys? What are we doing? Why would we have lead singles? You guys remember the days when we didn't have to have a single for your album? You could just drop. Well, I'm going to drop. Yeah. That's crazy because he was like, yo, fuck the rollout. But like him saying fuck the rollout was the rollout.
Your Weeknd impersonation was terrible.
That's not how he talks?
No, I don't
Hey,
know.
guys.
I do not know.
Don FM was great.
I don't know. Like, no cap. That shit was ass. No. But he did no rollout. He said, I'm dropping an album in a week. Y'all have fun.
So what do you think?
Of the rollout or the album?
Yeah, with your analyst hat on.
Okay, so we know what he did, right? He did like 140.
Yeah.
I thought you were doing more.
Yeah. With this album was with Quincy Jones.
Even
who was it? Somebody was it? Wade? I think it was Wade. I
don't know.
Wack 100 said this was his Thriller.
Anyways. Stop.
I'm joking. Yo, his Thriller. Yo, sorry. Go.
Who said
go,
that?
Go.
Someone did say that.
I think it was Wack 100.
No, it's Timberland.
It was
Tim.
He did say
no
that.
way.
It was Timberland.
Yo, Tim just lost so much respect. This is his Thriller. Okay, yeah.
But
anyway, go ahead. Yeah, go ahead.
In terms of the just raw numbers, I would have and it was 16 songs, right?
Yeah.
I would expect him to do like more numbers. Not that I'm saying like 140 is bad, but for the Weeknd, I feel like that's bad. Like if I'm just comparing the Weeknd to the Weeknd, I'm like 140 for 16 songs.
I think 140 for an unannounced drop is not bad for the Weeknd.
No, but like we knew unannounced, like we knew a week in advance. Though.
Yeah.
But so like it's not like he did a Beyonce where he said, "Oh, album out."
Yeah.
Like that's unannounced.
Yeah.
So I'd still expect him to do. I'm not even like crazy more like touch of 200 or something. That's just what I would expect. So I'm not even saying it's bad. I'm just saying like I would have like If someone's like, oh, this album Weeknd, he dropped an album, only has a week to promote it. How much do you think he's going to do? I'm saying like 3 something. Like I'm saying like 2 to in the 2-3 range minimum. Yeah. Like I was like a week.
I got you.
But
and a lot of the numbers are pre-generated, right?
Yeah.
Like they're pre-generated by numbers that the labels give to or the streaming platforms give to or exchange between the two, right? So I think if there was no official rollout, I think there's less justification for the labels to be like, this is gonna do numbers.
Yeah.
So those automated numbers are probably down as well, right?
But
like he's not Beyonce.
But like I can't even like I'm like what if he didn't even but when did he we're like how long was he? My fault. I'm all over the place. But in terms of like the project, we don't know like how long he was working on this. How like you said earlier, he's like, what if he was just like, yo, Tori, watch this, and he made this shit in like 2 months?
That was gonna be my next question. Like, is this trying to compete with Tori?
It's like
because this arguably could a lot of the songs sound like they could be throwaways. Because he started this whole 80s pop era.
For me personally, hell no, he's not competing with Tori. I don't think in Weeknd's head ever in his mind he was like, let me compete with Tori right now.
Yeah.
Ever.
Yeah.
Like no.
But can we also pull up the numbers that Tori's album did? First week. Because he might be, and the Weeknd is known for answering niggas.
Not with the album.
But but if you think he dropped "Take My Breath Away," the same week or the week after Tory dropped his album, and "Take My Breath Away" was the lead single from this album he just dropped.
He dropped out like on a regular Friday, like another song, but
it was the same week or the week after Tory dropped his album.
All due respect, Tory Lanez, I fuck with you, but the weekend, I feel like he's way too big of an artist.
17K.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Jeez.
The Weeknd's never gonna build his anything around like a Tory drop ever. Like he's never gonna like do Tory drop this, so I'm gonna drop this. He's never gonna do that.
You don't think it's possible that he had this in the tuck, and because there was no rollout, he was ready to drop at any time, and he heard that and he was like, okay.
I doubt it, but like he could have.
Okay.
Because I agree with you that he's like The Weeknd's like he's like, yo, this 80s shit is me.
Yeah.
Because when I heard Tory's album, the first thing I thought about was The Weeknd.
So what do you think it says for music that three of Toronto's, or the three most famous Torontonians in hip hop, two of them are in that retro vibe right now? Do you think that does anything for music? Do you think that says anything for music? Because I remember you said last time you think The Weeknd sets trends for music, which I would agree he does. But
yeah,
did you want to explain?
I think The Weeknd already set this trend though
of the 80s retro.
Yeah, like he preset this.
Yeah,
like, and people are just kind of like, oh, this is like a thing.
Yeah,
and he's just like doubling down on like some shit that he already like had set. That's why it's this synth heavy to a different level right now, like with this project.
But if we're being honest, the synths were bad with even Starboy. Like there were a lot of synths with Starboy as well.
But Starboy,
and I think a lot of people thought
slept on.
A lot of people thought Starboy was gonna be just like a phase or just that album.
Yeah,
just
but then he went
one
deeper.
Project. Like if we're gonna talk about like someone's Thriller, Starboy was more likely his Thriller than this album.
Yeah, but yeah, for sure. But Starboy had a whole rollout, like a whole plan. Like this is fucking. I'm a motherfucking Starboy.
Yeah.
So, but in terms of rollout aside though, like musically, how are you feeling about like what you heard?
I like it. I liked it a lot. If I'm and it's more my sound. Like I like the 80s pop sound. I like the synth sound. I'm not sure I like the 80s pop sound done in 2022. Like I was saying earlier, it sounds like 80s revisited. Like it sounds like someone's interpretation of the 80s pop kind of feel. Similar to how when Silk Sonic said they were going to do a 70s album. And like I was thinking, okay, 70s you have
Silk Sonic shit was way better than this.
Well, no. But you had in the 70s you had like a huge spectrum. You had like the soul and that kind of area in terms of hip hop. You had like the soul and that area, and then you had disco. So, and I'm so upset they chose to go the disco route. Like, and it was so bad. It wasn't even good 70s music. It was like
sounded
they took the
incredible
worst part of the 70s and reinvented it.
I was fucking with it.
It was okay. It was okay for me. But this album, like the Don FM, if I'm gonna choose like between this one and Tory's album, what's it called again? Tory's album?
Niggas don't know.
The Alone at a Prom. I'm definitely taking Tory's album. I think cohesively it sounds better. I think it sounds like a better project. I think Don FM honestly sounded like two eras of The Weeknd stitched together. Like you were saying earlier, like the flow of the album wasn't good to you.
Yeah, I didn't like the flow.
Yeah, to me it sounded like two albums stitched together.
No, like I felt like not even the flow specifically, because I felt like the subject matter of the album flowed like perfectly through the whole way. Like he was talking about the same shit.
I'm not talking about subject matter.
But I'm talking about like the first
vibe.
album, the first half of the album and the second half of the album. Like the vibe, like it sounds like so different to me. I don't like, and I couldn't get over it. I'm like, am I listening to the same project right now? But it's like it's the same heavy like sounds and all that shit. Like in terms of production, it's similar, but I don't know. Like I can't like the first and second half of that album is just so distinguishable.
Yeah, I wasn't feeling the first half.
Yeah, I wasn't like the first. Yeah, literally.
The first half to me is I don't know why, but the way Tory did the 80s sound, I enjoyed. Like I didn't find myself wanting to skip. The Weeknd on it, I think for me, like his Blinding Lights and all of that was perfect. Blinding Lights was good to me. I love that song.
Yeah.
But I'm not trying to hear a whole album or a whole half album of that. Like we got like the R&B Weekend meets this synthy poppy Weekend and Starboy, and I feel like now he's completely crossed the other side and left the R&B side behind.
Yeah.
Like the last time we got that was on that EP he dropped. I think it was 2016. Dear Melancholy.
My Dear Melancholy.
My Dear Melancholy.
Yeah.
And what was that? Four tracks, I think.
Yeah.
And they were fire. Like those are still on repeat for me because it's like that's the most recent like House of Balloonish R&B.
Yeah, not that he has to be House of Balloons, but like it was R&B. It's R&B. It's more R&B than like.
But I say House of Balloons because like House of Balloons has that kind of like mystic.
The
chamber music meets R&B kind of like, you know,
it's R&B, but it's like it's a vibe.
It's like experimental R&B almost. It's crazy.
Thing.
It's a whole vibe.
It's this whole thing, but back to that, like you were saying. Like this, like not wanting to skip, bro. That the first part of Dawn FM, I was like, bro, I'll skip all these songs. As soon as I got to that second half of it, I was like, oh, this is the thing. Like this is something right here for me. And I was just enjoying that second half. Like the Tory album, comparing those two, I get it because like how similar in the type of music they are, but I was like, for the Tory, I still don't even know how I feel about it because I listened to it a couple of times, and each time I just have different reviews on that project. So I'm like, I don't even know where I stand with it. But it's not like I can't listen to it again.
And I see girls liking the Tory album more than the Weeknd one. Honestly,
I do. I see that too. But in terms of writing, Weeknd hasn't missed a step in terms of just the content matter when he was talking, and that bitch had a fucking husband.
Yeah,
I was like,
no cap.
I was like,
and in terms of his target, I feel like for the Weeknd and for his target, he always hits dead on. Like he knows who he's hitting and what he's going for, and he hits it every single time. Like I don't think necessarily this album was for us because I think with Blinding Lights, like he's crossed over into a whole nother realm. A girl who does not listen to hip hop or anything was bumping Blinding Lights and like started going through the Weeknd's like discog just trying to find other songs like that. So I think I can't say for sure, but if what I see it does in the white community is like I think he's like, okay, all right, I'll give you guys a full album of this real quick.
Yeah.
I hope to see him back in his R&B bag.
Yeah, I want to see Weeknd back in his R&B bag. It doesn't
even
have
if
to.
It's EP.
It doesn't have to be House of Balloons. It doesn't have to be sound as sad as fuck. Well, it should be, but it doesn't have to be like the same.
Has
sound.
Weeknd ever been happy?
No, it doesn't have to. Never in his life.
Name one song. Yeah, name one song.
It doesn't exist. It doesn't have to be like that sound though. In terms of like, it doesn't have to be the same sound that we're used to. It could be a different sound. Just make it more R&B, like the 80s. Like it's fine, bro. Because there's clearly songs on that I like. There's songs on there that I like, but it's
been done.
But like,
I'm glad that the trend creeped into hip hop and
let's go.
Hopefully, it creeps the fuck up.
Like not that like just some R&B for me, bro. Just a little bit on the R&B side because you went all the way. So like, start making your way back. Yeah. Anyways, are you P?
Am I P?
Are you P?
I'm P, but like
J something. You're P.
I'm P, but I don't know if you're
P.
Yo,
Lou, you're P.
Like I don't know if I can.
You're P. Yo, TJ, you're P.
But I don't know if I don't know if I can accept him asking me if I'm P.
Why?
Like I don't know if he's P. Like I don't know if he's P.
Niggas got a question that I'm P.
Cause I'm pushing. I'm pushing. I'm pushing.
Yo, niggas ain't never had the question.
I'm pushing.
I'm P.
I'm pushing. What was that track? Too Easy. That was a single. That has to be okay because I was like we saw that Rolling Loud. I remember him performing Too Easy.
Nah,
this shit too easy. What? That was a track.
Yeah, nah.
Sorry, Gunna, I didn't appreciate seeing you live, but this album slaps, bro. I'm not even gonna lie. There's like Lou and I were speaking about it earlier. There's like for me 2-3 max skips, and they're not even really skips.
And they're not even skips. There's just parts I don't like. Like that.
For me, they're just skips.
Like that Nietzsche verse.
For me, I only listen to the album like start to finish. They're only skips because they like the vibe was too similar to the song before.
Yeah.
But if I listen to that shit on shuffle, I'm sure that shit's slapping, bro.
Bro, do you know what got me giddy on that album?
Yeah.
Giddy is crazy for me to say. But Kodak, when he came on that shit, bro.
Yeah.
bro.
Nah, I wasn't expecting Kodak. I was working. I was like writing in my notebook, and that track, and there's a next track.
Him and Kodak going back and forth was
the craziest.
Crazy. They were.
Yo, Kodak is in his prime right now. Kodak's in his prime.
Because Kodak was in his prime, then he left it, and he's making his way back.
Nah, his peak right now is bigger than his peak before.
I want to see
lyrically and rap wise, like he
just did Super Gremlin or whatever and shit. Then he came back with Kodak's in his bag.
He's in his bag right now. He's comfy in his bag right now.
I want the next Kodak album with a full roll like a Kodak album. That's what I want right now. And
I need that.
He's in his bag right now. But back to
and he's dropping singles like it's his day. Where he dropped another single. What was it 2-3 weeks ago? Like he's dropping singles like it's a day job.
Back to P. Back to being P. Back to Poochie Down. Back to YSL. Future Hendrix. Sir, I will never not respect you. I fuck with you, Future. I will never forgive you for saying she turned lesbian. Listen, nigga.
No way. I was actually weak, bro.
Because, bro, what
I was weak.
You guys know how I feel about Future. That's my guy, bro. Yeah. But what do you mean she turns lesbian? Nigga, bro, that shit had me crying. But that Gunna album is amazing to me. Like I was listening to it, like wow, this shit fucking slaps. Like that's all I've been listening to. Really, I've been listening to Gunna. That's it. I don't have to turn anything else on. And that's how a new that's how a new album comes out.
Yeah,
that's how it should be. I should not want to listen to shit else. Like I shouldn't want to hear your album and then I'm like, but I gotta listen to some other music because I want to forget about your bullshit. That's how some albums be when you just listen to it.
Really and truly.
And I'm like, bro, for Gunna, I'm like, bro, let me run this shit back.
Yeah.
I don't even have to stay run this shit back because it's already on repeat. I'm just listening to this shit back to back, and I'm like, yeah, I'm vibing and he was, bro, the shit he was talking about on there is still Gunna shit, but his beat selection. A fucking one. His beat selection is a fucking one. Like he has an ear. I think he's one of those guys who just even if I don't know how he'd be producing someone else's shit, but for him, he's like, I know what I'm good. I could work with.
Yeah, I know I could vibe on.
Yeah. He knows himself.
Yeah.
And then, bro, he had other than like I said, the Nietzsche one was but
G Herbo track.
The G Herbo's
that shit made me want to just go out in the streets and put all my windows down,
bro. G Herbo
blast it so everyone could hear it with me.
G Herbo's my guy too. That G Herbo shit was hard.
They were running on that beat. They were running on that beat, fam.
The fucking bro. What was him and bro? What's that other shit? What did him and Young Thug say? Now she looks like a cow. What was Young Thug talking about?
Oh my god!
On her face, she looked like a cow.
We really need to come in here one day and do a whole.
You know that
we need to come in here one day and do a Young Thug breakdown for real.
No, but that song, I was and I was vibing, and these niggas is talking about some bullshit. But he was in his bag.
Yeah, we really need to come in here and do a Young Thug breakdown, a lyric breakdown for real. Like that's a must. That's a must. You
want the mic?
Getting a little too comfortable over there.
He's sitting up and stuff.
First this nigga falling asleep, then you pipe it up.
Do you know what that means? Last episode was just ass, and he's now.
That's crazy. You know why we didn't talk about music enough for him last time? He's like these are all stories I've heard before.
Nah, bro, I'm crying.
Yeah.
Bro said
but applaud to both Gunna and Weeknd. You know, you guys killed it, bro.
Yeah. Weeknd album was it was okay. It has songs I'm gonna listen to again for sure.
And I appreciate you diving into a next sound. I appreciate.
I appreciate trying some new shit.
Yeah. Just come back.
Yeah, come back to me.
Come back. Even if it's an EP, give me 4 more songs, please.
Yeah, real shit.
It's been 5 years.
But
or
Gunna,
6 years. My God.
Gunna, bro. You pee.
Yeah.
You P. You're a P.
You P. And
You're
like
P.
all you guys who are trying to figure out what P means,
you're not.
Don't
P.
even
Bro,
even
if
try.
you don't just
try.
know what P is,
Just
you're
know
not,
this podcast.
Just
is
know
P.
you're not P.
P for podcast.
Yeah.
We P. We P.
Pushing podcast. Word.
Ooh, TJ, we need this for real.